After the amazing season we had here at Frankfurt, I started having issues with this save. It started crashing on me. Wouldn't load the saves. It wouldn't save. I think I have got it back in order. This is going to be a little bit of a different episode for us. Let's get into it, my dudes. Before we get into today's episode, why don't you go ahead and leave a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below. I'm sure you have seen from the thumbnail, things have been done, and it was not planned. It kind of came up as a job interview. We didn't apply for the job. As we said, we wasn't going to apply for any jobs until after this season. But if something came up and they offered us an interview, we would take the interview and see what happens. And I have made a decision. We have decided to leave Frankfurt. But before we get into where we're going, let's look at what we've done in this transfer special. I think there was a lot of stuff that happened that I really wanted to show you guys that I think was very interesting. So let's get into it. Transfer history-wise, we're going to date back to the last little click here. We did some stuff early on, looking at the players that left the club. As you can see, Kevin Byrne ended up leaving, going back to England, playing for Chelsea for $120 million. I believe so far in this save, this was the best player that we've had. He was an absolute legend. Love this guy. I think he was a great player for us. Let me know in the comment, who do you think was our best player so far in this save? I think he was obviously the best one. I think that was really the only business we'd done before the year clicked over. We brought in a couple of guys. We brought in Jonathan from Ivory Coast for $300K. He's a youth prospect, 2-star player, 4.5-star potential right wing player for Frankfurt. Hopefully he can develop for him. I think he's a good player. I think he just needs to develop a little bit. I think he has the bags of potential. Hopefully we'll see how he does in his future. Patrick Rack from Dynamo Moscow. Brought him in for 24.5. Spent a lot of money on this kid to bring in a good right back, 4-star player, 4.5-star potential kid. I think he's good. I think he's good. I think we would have done really well with him on that right back situation. Up next, we brought in 7 from Galatasaray, 4-star player, 5-star potential center back option to be our replacement for Kevin Byrne. And I think it would not have been much of a drop off. He's a really good player. But yeah, we won't get to see him play, unfortunately. I think it would have been fun to watch him. We spent some big money on Anthony Ferrari, right wing option, 4-star player, 5-star potential kid, another wonder kid that I think is going to be a jam-up player for Frankfurt in the future. I think we had some other stuff that went out. Peter, he left the club. He went out for $38 million to West Ham. Never really kicked off like I thought he would. He was a decent player, but for that price, I was happy to let him go. We left the club and a lot more money than what they was having before. The next manager is going to have a good time here. He's got $160 million in the transfer and a lot of payroll to work. The bank balance is at $260 million for that sale from Kevin Byrne. But enough about Frankfurt, guys. We have took over at. I minimized it. We have took over at. I'm looking for it at PSG. I'm excited about it, my dudes. I don't know what to think. I mean, we'll look at the team. I want to go through one more day. Apparently there's a transfer. I don't know. Get out of here. I don't care. Oh, maybe the game will not crash. It has crashed a lot. We're going to sim it so we can actually get the official takeover. I think it's the right move for us. This will be our last club of this save. And we got paid. We got paid the big bucks to make this move. Frankfurt had to pay $11 million, or not Frankfurt. PSG had to pay $11 million to Frankfurt compensation to pick us up. So they're excited about us, and I am excited about joining the club. Let's get into it. There is some really good talent here I have looked at. We'll take a look at the finances first. We're not looking. Okay. I know how the game works. Goodness gracious. Apparently I had approached this guy. I don't know. Okay. I approached him at Frankfurt. I don't know if where's he at? Okay, he's on a free. Never mind. I don't know why we're still getting that email. That's kind of odd. But yeah, financially, $429 million in the bank. We got $37 million to work with. A little bit of money to work with before the season starts. We got some money also in payroll that we can spend. Not a ton, but we do have some. I think we can maybe slide some of that over to the transfer budget if there's a huge need for the team. I haven't actually looked at what tactic I want to do. It was showing kind of playing something similar to what we was before in terms of the formation. I don't know what type of tactic I want to use though. But guys, this team is absolutely loaded with talent. The first team is not massive, so I think we will have to do some stuff. They have around a roster of around 22 players on their first team. Let's go ahead and change this so we can look at our other teams right quick. I don't do this. Do that so we can get that on our home screen. All right, so looking at the second team, there is some players here, a couple 2.5 star players. I think we can move up to the first team. Got this guy right here that, yeah, he's got a name all right. 2.5 star player, 5 star potential. He will probably get moved up to the first team, just depending on needs, really. Next up, we got Sean Gall, center back option from the America. 2.5 star player, 4 star potential. He's not great. I don't really like his height. I mean, he's a wonder kid, but yeah, that's the two players I was looking at on this to bring up. Under 19s, there's not anybody I'm really looking to bring up from this squad. But let's get into the main team. Up first, Leon Andre. This was one kid I looked at that made me think, hey, oh, my dudes, we got a guy right here. Wow. 26-year-old, 5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. Guys, this guy can do it all. 66 caps for Belgium. They ended up purchasing him from Man City for $173 million. Big spending on him. He's done really good for him. They still have Mbappe, 5-star player, 5-star potential ability. World-class player. I mean, we know that. Looks to be an absolute stud at 32 years old, 168 caps. Goodness gracious, I got to holler at a dog right quick because he's going to drink till he pukes. Hold on 1 second. I apologize for that. Up next, looking at Xavier Devos, another Belgian player, another number 10 that is 4.5 star potential ability. I mean, this kid, he can do it all. They got some players here. David Gonzalez, 4.5 star, left wing option, stud of a player. They've got Odegaard, 4.5 star. How much did they purchase him for back when? $137 million. I mean, they have spent some money. Phil Foden, right wing, 4.5 star potential ability. I mean, dudes, we're set. We're set with some high quality talent. I mean, we could continue going. We've got, I'm going to say his name's Russell, another right wing option, 4-star player, 5-star ability or potential ability. You guys can take a pause, look at some of these kids a little bit deeper. Luis Henrique, 4-star player, 5-star potential. Hey, hold on. This kid looks very, very familiar because he is very familiar. We had this kid at Fluminense. They purchased him for $27 million. That is an absolute bargain of a player. They got Manny here from England, 4-star player, 4-star potential ability. He's transfer listed. Okay. I mean, if we could bring in the money for him, I'm not against it. Looks like the goal keep is this gentleman here. Bilal, I guess. 4-star player, 4-star potential ability. Looks to be a pretty solid goal keep. I mean, guys, I'm going to keep going down the list. We got, I apologize if I should know how to pronounce this name, but I do not. 4-star player, 4-star ability, potential ability on the right wing as well. We got a lot of attacking players. I am noticing that the defensive situation is a little bit weaker than the attack, but well, maybe we can do a little bit with some of our transfer that we have. Finally, we have a center back option, 3.5 star ability, 4.5 star potential Spanish-born player. He looks really good. I wish his height was a little bit bigger. I've noticed they have some short center backs. They spent big money on him as well. They have spent the money to win. I think we was right here at Matthew Jose. Right left back option, 3.5 star potential ability. He looks okay. I mean, he's not great going forward. I mean, he can go forward, but his technical ability going forward is a little bit of a disappointment. Rodolfo, not looking at any of these other guys because their potential or their current ability is not exactly where I would want them to be at right now. But wowza. Talk about a weird transfer special into the season review. Starting out at Frankfurt, making the move late in the end of the season. The PSG, I apologize for the shorter episode. It hadn't planned on being longer, but making the move, I didn't really see dragging out the Frankfurt stuff. The But yeah, we're here at PSG. This has been a weird one for me because of the crashing that we have. I think we're good though. I really do. I think we finally got past it. We haven't made any moves. We are trying to sell one player right now. That would be Delgado, the right wing option that we have. I just don't see a purpose in having him, and we're looking at bringing in 32 for him, I believe, somewhere around that period. But yeah, that would give us around 71 million, I believe, if my math is correct. I think we can do some stuff with that, but I don't really know where to go at this point with this club because I feel like we need help in the midfield, and I feel like we need help in center back, but also left back. This guy right here, Jose here, he got a little fussy when we turned down a bid for him that was way too cheap. We promised that 75 million came in, we would sell him, but Liverpool, Tottenham, and Frankfurt all interested in him. We know Frankfurt has the money to spend on him if they decide to do so. Hopefully they don't. If he goes through, we'll have to find a left back option because Ortiz, I don't think has it in him. He should. I mean, see, this is what's weird about this team. We have such good players that a leading Ligue 1 player is three-star potential. It's definitely okay. This has got changed. What in hell's blazes? It's based off of potential now. Okay, current ability. I want current ability. I don't want potential ability. But yeah, that would be a need that we would need to fill if Jose left. You look at our center back and you're like, man, that sucks. I mean, you're like, that is not a good center back duo. But you actually click on him, he's 3.5 star, 4.5 star potential player, star player for most Ligue 1 sides. So that kid right there, really good. Then we got, I'm not really worried about, I don't really want to play him. Don't want to play that guy. Then we got Gavin Robert, 3-star player, 3-star potential ability, leading Ligue 1 player. So the center back situation is not as bad as I thought it was. 3-star player, 4-star potential ability, currently operating at Ligue 1. We had another guy too, the Sean Gall kid, the American, 2.5-star player, 4-star potential, currently operating at Ligue 1. So granted, the star ratings are really low, but the reason for that is Mbappe, Leon Andre, Foden, Gonzalez. That's why the star ratings are so far down. I mean, we have a couple of world-class players, and they're pushing down star ratings of other guys. So I'm not as worried about center back as I originally was. In midfield, I think most days we're going to be playing Phil Foden in the midfield, probably as an advanced playmaker or Mazzala, one of the two. I haven't quite decided on that. And the reason for that is because Gonzalez is going to be playing on the right-hand side. I mean, I think he's going to be our right wing for most days. I think that's what I had decided. I am so confused with this team at this point. I'm pretty sure I had decided on him being my right wing at most matches with Foden. See, you could make an argument we need a right wing player. We got this kid as well, Russell. I'm going to call him Russell. That sounds better. I mean, he's good. I mean, we've got 3 really good players. We got Gonzalez, Russell, and Foden can all play on the right-hand side and do a really good job of it. Left-hand side, you know, Mbappe is going to be playing over there. Gonzalez can play over there. This gentleman here, Manny, who we removed from the transfer list. He was transfer listed here when we first got here. Not sure exactly why, but he will be playing on that side as well. But yeah, I feel like this area is loaded. We should have goals and goals and goals. The midfield, I think we're going to be fine. I mean, I really do, because we got 3 really good players there. We've also got this kid right here, Dragon. Dragon, 2.5-star player, 4-star potential ability, but operating at Ligue 1. I mean, yeah, we got, I'm going to call him Fatty. We got Fatty, 2.5-star player, 5-star potential kid. And he's currently operating at Ligue 1. I think we're fine. I really do. We're going to bring in some players if we end up selling that kid. Obviously, I want to bring in another player. It wouldn't hurt to bring in a midfield or a center back option. I'm thinking. I don't know what I'm thinking really. I don't. It's very confusing because the side is just loaded with talent. I mean, loaded. I am looking here. We don't have a backup right back option, do we? That might be where we go. We might need to get a backup right back. Because we got Luis Henrique, and the guy that we're trying to sell doesn't play there. Yeah, right back option. That's where we're going to spend our money. Is right back. Definitely need to bring in a backup right back in either a midfielder or center back. And if he leaves, a left back. If not, that position is A-OK, my dudes. But the start of the season is upon us, and I am excited about it. I'm going to get into that next. So yeah, once again, I do apologize. I know this is going to be a shorter episode. It's been tough. One other thing that I want to note: I haven't just been like simming through days. I haven't. The staff was absolutely battered when we got here, and it's not solved yet. I think we had like 5 coaches. We had 8 scouts. We had 1 recruiting analyst, maybe 1 performance analyst. We had 1 physio. So I've been definitely working on some stuff with the staff, trying to get that solved. But yeah, it's definitely been this has been the weirdest transfer special I have ever done. Well, my dudes, as I said before, this has been a wild ride over the past 2 days for me. Didn't think we'd be moving clubs. It was one of those situations we talked about at Frankfurt that we wasn't going to apply for any job. But if a job came available and they offered us an interview, we was going to go through with that process, take the interview, see what happens. That happened with PSG. They came in and said, "Hey, we got an opening. Do you want to come interview for it?" And I was like, "Sure, why not? Let's do it." A couple of days later, we got the job, and boom, here we are. And it really put a damper on my spirits when I thought the save might be going to an end because of the crashing. But I think we're good. I really do. But if you enjoyed this episode, why don't you go ahead and leave a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below. And as always, my dudes, thank you for watching.